And I always try to look for the best of everyone. I never look in the mirror, how is Brandon going to survive today? It's how is everyone going to survive today? So all the rule talked about was negative people, and I'm not saying you guys are like that. I'm just saying if we're going to be real, and it's the pod, and it's like 30 people watch this, when you guys are in negative moods, mostly you these days than you, because we know how to communicate now. I'm not the cause of your negative mood. You're not the cause of my negative mood. To be honest with you both, I try to not be in negative moods. Now, again, when I say that, I'm in a bad mood all of the time. Come watch my stand-up. Come see me at work. Come see me with my friends. I'm in a bad mood. You know this more than anyone. All of the time.
Take saving the planet, for example, right? Sunk cost, right? So we're like, oh, don't use that paper cup. But that paper cup's already made. The cost is already spent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me not using that cup doesn't stop that.
They're talking about the disposal.
No,
It's like
thank you, Max.
No, but it's the styrofoam, for instance. Now it's like, what do you suggest?
I'm asking, does the math make sense that by me turning down that use, I'm actually helping? And math would show you that. Nothing else would show you that.
You're literally talking to us two.
Yeah.
We're not the mathematicians
No, I know
you
that.
seek.
You remember how this started?
He wants to talk to him.
No, I know that, but now we're on
I
the
can't
pod.
tell you my ideas.
Tell us your ideas.
That's what
fine.
the point of the pod is.
I get
Wait,
that,
why
but,
don't you like
do
what
think
I'm
we're gonna
saying?
Solve it? No, it's not. I just don't.
I
know
want. What about your thoughts or opinions
Okay,
on
so keep going.
saving the planet?
This is where we're
Weirdo.
going.
I
I
know.
have some thoughts on that.
You ever had a conversation?
Okay.
Weird.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Max, go for it. Any thoughts on the?
I think it's a big problem, and I think Greta Thunberg is our only hope.
No, we have Ariel Kagan right now. who's here to
Clearly.
help.
Let's get Greta on our shirts.
So what do you think? You like paper straws
Another
over
autistic
plastic
lady.
straws?
No, I don't do any of it.
What do you do?
I think it's too late.
You think we've already ruined
It's
everything?
too late.
And no one heard it.
What did you say?
I called you another autistic lady.
Oh, okay.
We're the Bubbies Boys
Sorry, we
podcast.
missed that.
Sorry, it was fun.
No, I'm just going to introduce us right now. Bubbies Boys podcast. I'm Brando Jokes.
I'm Ariel Kagan comedy.
I'm Max Sheldrick.
Yeah, dope. I was going to ask
Why'd
you
you
guys a
say your
question.
name so sad?
I'm Max
I'm Max
Sheldrick.
Sheldrick.
It's a long day. Long day.
It's a long day.
It is a long day.
I was going to start by asking you guys this question, but now we're in.
Just ask the question.
See any good movies recently?
Oh, no.
I'll start. Saw Air. Dope. Air was
Is that
great.
a movie?
Yeah, Air was great.
Air was great. And I also, okay, to explain it to you, it was the shoe movie.
Yeah. I just
Yeah?
can't get past that part.
What part?
Brandon's like, watch it. It's about
It's so good.
How about this one?
I don't
the
know.
other
There's
one?
another movie that is called Tetris, and it's about Tetris.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I'm
watch
excited
that
to see
So
either.
good.
Is it the Tetris movie?
Yeah.
Where's
I'm
it on?
not gonna watch that either.
Okay, why would you?
What's it
Okay,
on?
Air, this is interesting. Why would you not want to watch these?
What network is it on?
I just don't. They
Where did you see it?
doesn't interest me.
I just pirated it.
Oh shit!
Pirated the high seas.
I will try to find it. You don't like biopics, or you don't like these specific biopics?
Like even would the Queen one count? That was fine.
You would like the Queen one.
Well,
Yeah.
Queen's a dope band. You know, like
Oh,
Queen.
Queen one.
Yeah,
I thought you
Queen.
meant Queen like the Queen.
Oh, I
like-
wouldn't
Yeah, the
watch-
Queen biopic was great.
It was fine.
These ones are better.
Okay,
just,
Ariel, what?
myself in the face.
Yeah, you did.
I like Rami Malek. I
Ram-
think he's a great actor.
Is it because
Yeah.
he reminds you of Bueno?
Maybe.
Okay, so the other good movie I saw recently was Michael J. Fox has a documentary called Still, and what's really cool about this movie is that when he's narrating, the stuff he's talking about, they use clips and cuts of his old movies. So what he's talking about, he's like in a movie doing, and it's a piece of art, and I've never it's one of the best
That
documentaries
sounds
I've
like
ever
that
seen.
one I would watch.
So if you get a chance, it's called Still, because again, the Parkinson's, clever, but it's great. It was great.
Man, you got like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck,
Still on How You Don't
fucking
Like
who
Air.
else? Who else was in it?
One of the Wayne's
Just
brother.
tell me the premise.
of Air?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No, yeah, tell me.
It's about the team that got Michael Jordan. It's about
Okay.
the
It's
Nike
about a
team.
specific guy that saw
In a specific sport.
a specific guy that saw something in a specific person that was working at a company that changed how sports apparel and casual wear forever. And it changed the way. Again, we're not ruining anything.
Changed sports
It
contracts
changed
for
contracts.
the rest.
It changed royalties. Michael Jordan was the first person to get royalties off his shoe. So you see this. The guy scouted him. The whole team behind it. I heard this. This isn't part of the movie, but apparently
Is
there's
that pointing at me?
Yes. It is, but that's a better.
Okay, there. All right, cool. Thank you. Sorry.
No worries. The thing with Air that's so beautiful is, okay, there's this one guy, he develops the shoe. all these guys just come together. So there's like the Nike guy, the company, the guy that finds Michael Jordan, the advertising company, the guys that led him the right way. But there's this one guy that creates the shoe, and he talks about how he already has this idea for a shoe, and he wants to call it Air, and it's because that they don't tell you is they already tried to do all this with Magic Johnson. Like before the movie even starts, they never reference it, but they try to they built one shoe for one guy, not the royalty thing. But then when this guy came and what he saw in Jordan, and what's beautiful is what he saw in Jordan. It's like
It didn't sell for Magic Johnson.
they didn't try it with Magic Johnson. He went to Converse. Everyone
okay.
went to Converse.
Yeah.
Converse and Adidas
'Cause
were
Nike,
the two.
Nike was like the lowest.
It was just for running shoes. That's all Nike
Yeah.
was for.
Yeah, Nike was nowhere near what it was.
Okay, now it's way more interesting.
Yeah.
The way it was described to me was it's about the shoe.
Well, the only way I
I'm
found this
like,
out was by
it's
watching the movie.
And now that you've seen it,
Not
would you not say
interesting
that
at all.
Ariel? Would you say Ariel's Ben Affleck? I'm Matt Damon, and you're the guy from Arrested Development. Can't remember his name right now.
I
He's
feel-
funny. He's great. I can't just remember.
Potentially,
What's
yeah.
his name?
I
though?
feel like we're always between us.
No, you
I'm
haven't
always
seen it
Ben
yet.
Affleck, and you're always Matt Damon.
No,
The other
because
day I was watching Good Will Hunting, and he's like, "You're Ben Affleck."
I was just being hilarious. We're so old. That's like those guys are so young. And if I was
you think you're
No,
Matt
I
Damon
was
in
No,
that
no.
movie?
hilarious.
The other day we
No.
were talking about.
Oh my
The other day
god!
we were talking about how they shared a bank account when they were younger.
Yeah,
And
I-
he goes, "You're Ben Affleck."
I was being
You're
hilarious.
Casey Affleck. You're getting sandwich.
That's hilarious. But no, but when I saw when he told me he was watching Good Will Hunting,
Yeah.
I was already watching Aaron and told him that who was who. I was like, yeah, that movie too. No one in the right. If anyone tells you they're Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting, that's a sociopath. Stay
Yeah.
away from that person. If
Yeah.
anyone's just like, that reminds me of me, it's like, no, you. Robin Williams is my favorite part of that movie.
Robin
I
Williams
thought-
stole the show.
I thought Ben Affleck was really strong in it. Actually, one of his better.
Was
like,
it before or
performances.
after I told him
It
that?
was like
Did you see
he
yourself?
played such a bit part.
I
you
know,
see-
but he.
yeah,
but,
I know he's not even.
but
a
it.
That
But
was one of his strongest.
It was like, yeah.
no, I mean like at acting, like actual acting.
Have you ever seen Argo?
Yeah, Argo. He's great in
Yeah.
Argo.
Have you ever
He's
seen?
exceptional? in
Have you ever
Argo.
seen The Town?
Yeah, I've seen the
I
Town.
haven't seen
Oh,
it.
The
I've
Town
heard
was
good
great.
things.
Town's good too.
I just
didn't
think it's
it was
funny
good.
that I'm asking you that I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
seen it. No, Ben
Hey, you
Affleck.
should watch the Town.
Have you guys seen any good movies though? I gave you.
I
mine,
haven't.
too.
I haven't been watching movies.
John Wick 4.
I haven't
I
seen
mainly
the first
watch
three.
like this is so lame, but I watch like I just numb my mind with like Premier League
You don't have to do that.
nonsense.
So who's doing well right now? Who
Well,
are
the
you-
season just ended, and
If
my
you could
team,
pick-
my
how about
team,
this?
my team choked.
If you could pick right now for all you soccer heads out there, all you hooligans,
Yes.
Ariel's pick for next season. Who's winning the whole thing?
Oh, Man City again.
You don't
Yeah.
like Man City.
Yeah, I don't, but they're
who's that?
unstoppable. They're owned by these Saudi Arabs or Dubai
Who's
or one
Man
of those.
City?
Manchester, City.
It's
Oh.
yeah, we're talking.
That's not
I'm a-
Manchester United.
No, they're still up there, but Manchester City was bought in like 2010.
Are
And
they in
it's-
the same city?
Yeah,
Ma-
rival clubs, rival teams.
The
Really?
best
That's
cities
how it
have that.
works.
Like New York has.
London has like 7
teams.
teams.
New York has
More,
2
like,
hockey teams,
In
2
the
baseball
in the
teams,
league,
2
there's
basketball.
Wow.
like 7 throughout the whole thing. There's probably like 20, 30 London clubs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, London's nuts, bro. I've been to so many games, and honestly, it's an unrivaled experience. I've been to baseball. I've been to basketball. I haven't done
genuinely
hockey.
like-
What's that Elijah Wood movie?
Oh yeah,
With,
Green Street Hooligans.
Green Street
That's
Hooligans.
a fucking
You
fire, man.
I love
sincerely
that
like-
movie.
What's it called though? You sincerely like soccer.
Yeah,
So
I'm really I'm
obviously-
getting into basketball, to be honest. Like the more I watch it, the more I like it. It's fast, it's exciting. I kind of dig it. Golden State's fucking fun to watch. It's like
Nice.
watching Barcelona play soccer.
Yeah.
They just move that fucking ball.
So Ariel's picks: Man City, Golden State Warriors, 2024.
Boom,
Heard it here
sports.
first. Put your bets in now.
Now
right
that
there,
we're at
cheap.
the richest people, let's do laws
And
of
if anyone's
power.
listening who's a Saudi, if any Saudis are listening, we would love you to buy us.
Yeah, buy the Backroom Comedy Club.
No, we'll rent it. Like just
No,
just
just-
message us. We'll talk. Just send a
$5
message.
million dollars, you can have it. We'll run it.
Fuck it. 2.5.
Yeah, million. I'm
We're
stealing
doing Rules
gum.
of Power.
We're doing rules of power.
I've actually been rereading the book.
Rules of Power.
Yeah.
How's that going? What chapter you on?
It's good.
We're doing pretty good with it. I actually enjoy what I've been reading. I haven't been hating it so much. I don't read it on my own. Only these and then whatever.
What book are you reading right now?
I'm not. I'm so busy. I started the fucking Chuck Kolowski, whatever. I just can't like.
Klosterman.
Thank you. I just haven't had a chance. Like
Have
it
you
was
read
good.
Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs?
That's not the one I'm reading.
Fire.
The one with the acoustic guitar on the cover is the one I'm reading.
Oh yeah, I haven't read that one.
Okay, so
Not that I read now anyway.
Well, just to let you know, I was gonna say to preface this, we've been following these for the club, minus the one "Don't hire your friends."
Yeah.
But with the rest, we've been listening to.
Well, even though don't hire your friends, we've started to do.
He's more of an acquaintance of mine than a friend. The new guy?
Oh yeah. Listen, it's more like really what it's saying is don't hire comedians.
No, it's
who are
saying
your friends.
It's saying don't hire your friends because you're already emotionally invested, and then you're gonna get disappointed if you have expectations. That's what it's saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Way to speed up the conversation.
Okay.
Matt
so
Damon.
Law number 10.
Matt Damon.
Law number 10 is infection. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. Avoid miserable people. The perpetually miserable spread misery like an infection, and they'll drown you in it.
I agree with this 100%. I do it.
I also agree to a point. Like,
You were a
I
miserable
was,
person.
Yeah, but we got better
You were
together.
never like that. I was never
I
toxic.
was
This is talking about, and I don't want to use names
like
in here.
always
Can
negative.
you bleep this out? This is they're talking about right here.
yeah.
They're literally talking about a cloud of black
Yeah, you
smoke
gotta
that's
bleep
gonna.
that
You
out
gotta
for
bleep
sure.
it out, but they're literally talking about a cloud of black
Yeah.
smoke.
You mean more like
Yeah.
I see you
But
smiling.
I think that infection can be different person to person because
They're
like
talking about
I
literally-
have several friends who have cut me out because I was.
But they're literally
toxic to
talking
be
about
around.
bad luck. Yeah, but they're I'll let you finish.
So emotional states can be infectious as infectious as disease. Occasionally, some unfortunate individuals bring their own misfortune upon themselves and can bring you down too if you get too close. Therefore, make sure to associate with the happy and fortunate. And the fortunate. The incurably unhappy tend to portray themselves as victims, and before you realize they are the cause of their own misfortune, they have infected you with their misery. Who you decide to associate with is critical. Though through associating with the miserable, you waste your valuable time and drain your potential power.
I agree with everything
agree.
Mr. Robert Green is saying this week. 100%.
Yeah, the only part that I would disagree is that there's only one way out.
What?
Is to have good people around you to get
Okay.
stronger, to
Shit.
get better.
What's wrong?
That camera's going to die.
How much? This is the specific rule I get mad at both of you over. You guys aren't clouds of smoke, and you're not terrible human beings, and I know that at the core. But I get mad at both of you. Like, you a lot better these days, but, like, I'm going to throw you into the conversation so I don't feel like I'm alienating him, because you're known for being a miserable piece of shit sometimes,
You want
too.
to get your mic?
But you feel me? It's like this specific rule is like I'm not saying you guys are internal pits of darkness, but I'm saying that like exactly what it said is that it's contagious. So I know if like for instance if you're in a mood, it might turn him to be in a mood, and then we're all in a mood next thing. Or like if you're in a mood, it might trigger him to be in a mood. But that's why I usually get
What
mad
about
at
when
you
you're in a mood?
Not denying it, but I usually try to stay. So call me on it. But I'm saying
We
that
do, and then you get real mad.
fair. But I'm saying right now with this specific rule of
Look,
power.
when you guys get into a mood, it's
Okay, I'm just saying this specific rule of power is that like I try to go out of my way to not be negative, ever. And I'm not saying I don't, but 92% of the time I'm not negative unless someone else's mood brings me down. That's the only reason I'm bringing this rule to that rule. Not trying to change tones. I can go back to that tone. There's no need for it. I'm just saying that like specifically this rule is like I would not. When it's saying stay away from those people, I give people chances. I turn
So
someone,
here's a genuine thing though that I would then say aggravates me is the fact that there's no space for us to then, as friends, before we do anything, get out of the mood. Because generally, what ends up happening is I'm in a mood, I'll show up to something, and I have to just go into what I'm doing. Sorry, I don't know how to just change my mood.
It's the positivity thing.
That's
I don't care about your
impossible.
mood. I'm just saying that, like, I'm bringing it to this rule. Like, this thing, I've gone against it. I've taken someone who was the most negative person I've ever met. They were living on a futon in my kitchen, and now they're a multimillionaire, and they fucking have the most successful company in their field of them all. I've taken people from, like, I'm just saying that it's all mood. I'm not trying to call you guys out. I'm not trying to project. I'm just saying this rule specifically is like what grinds my gears is when it's negativity.
So
that's all
I
I'm
think
saying.
you've missed my point. I'm asking you,
Help to fix that.
how does Brandon
You're,
go into a situation in a bad mood?
Okay, so for instance, before we came over, I don't know if you guys noticed
you've
or
never
not.
been in a bad mood.
I'm always in a bad
because
mood.
That's not what he's saying.
I'm not in a bad mood. I'm always
That's
in a
not what
bad
he's
mood.
saying. He's saying that he finds our bad moods.
I'm saying negativity. I'm not saying bad
He doesn't like
moods.
negativity.
I'm not
That's what he's
saying,
saying.
forget the moods. We're all moody. I'm the moodiest one. Okay, maybe not the moodiest one, but I'm the moody guy. Okay,
We're all moody.
I'm just saying
Every
that, like,
human is
with
moody.
this one specifically, and then when you say for you, it's like, okay, for me, for instance, before I came over here, it was Tuesdays are usually my day off. I got called into work. Because I got called into work, now my night long story short, I was in a bad mood coming over here. But instead of being mad that like we're doing this at night, or instead of going mad to the corner that we're gonna get rejected by all these people, if you guys both notice, I was like, okay, guys, like, and I'm not calling either of you out on that. I'm just saying that if we're gonna talk about this rule and we still have 10 minutes, you guys can call me out on my shit. You do. You know, you got to start calling me on my shit more, so it's not an issue later. But I'm saying that with you guys, it's like this rule's a big one because I honestly believe if like me and you didn't get so close, who knows how negative you ever could have become. You know?
Yeah, I mean, mine was all like I'm still negative though. The problem is like I'm working on it where it feels authentic to me because I'm not just gonna flip a switch and be a positive guy because it has never helped in the history of helping things. Just being like, well, there's obviously something good here. That's fucking insane. It's delusional.
Flipping the switch is insane, but for the whole looking for something good here, or like just trying to, I know with myself, for instance, is that like it's like a whirlwind. If I start having negative thoughts, they all become negative thoughts, and then before you know it, I'm having a bad day. Remember that sketch I pitched you guys earlier, the guy who's being punked? That's my way of making a positive of a negative. That like, man, some days are the worst, and I could just. Would love to like not get out of bed, or I would love to just like go hide in the bathroom at work, or I would love to tell you guys like, hey, I don't feel well, I don't want to come hang out after and do this stuff. But like at the end of the day, just putting a smile on and seeing, I guess it's seeing the long term. It's seeing like as negative and shitty as I feel now. Look at what we accomplished by hanging out these last 3 hours. We have 2 pods in the bank. We got a fucking streeters done, so we really don't have to see each other's faces minus the club for a couple days, if not weeks now. So it's like, do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to say the positives.
That's
of it,
a
right?
positive. I don't have to see my friends for 3 weeks.
No, because I'll see you at the club.
Brendan, I wasn't trying to fight.
I know you're not. I'm still just I'm amped up. Like I'm tired. I was up early. Like
it's just this.
So we were talking about
people are gonna get defensive when you say something.
I'm used to it at this point.
It's also like.
Is that still recording? Because this is Max.
Yeah, it's recording.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. It's just funny. It's funny to say that it's like your bad mood is only predicated on the fact that it's like other people are in moods, and it's like you've been in bad moods when we've shot.
Yes,
things.
I'm in a bad mood most of the time. My conversation to you is negative mood, not bad mood. Negative mood, where it's like. I'm done.
Explain to me the difference between
bad
a bad
mood
mood
is
and a
someone
negative
that you
mood.
don't want to be around because it's kind of like they're in a bad mood and you don't know what they're going to say or what they're going to do. A negative mood is like, what's even the point? They've shut down for the day, and it's not even like they're just literally sitting there brewing, and it's that cloud of smoke that if you go talk to them, it's going to fog you out and fucking piss in your cornflakes. Can't even make eye contact with you as I describe these two. That's what it's like. When I'm in a bad mood, it's kind of like this. When you're in a bad mood, I can't even talk to you because you don't want to talk to me anymore. And if I try to talk to you, it feels like I'm going to leave in an even worse negative mood than when I came to you in the first place.
But we've had situations, and we're not. Please don't think I'm trying to attack you. I'm
That's
just
fine.
trying to show
That's
you
fair.
perspective.
Yes.
Is where we've been having a good time. We've said something to you, and you've gone so angry at us. You'll like get like a tantrum mad.
Okay.
And then like we just have to sit in it. You leave. And it's like, oh, okay.
But is it a bad mood or is it a negative
But that's
mood?
as toxic
I'm
as
not,
negative.
This
or
isn't the
bad.
conversation, though. The conversation is the rules of power. When
Yeah.
it talks about being around toxic people or people that blow their fuses or trying to stay away from people that try to see the best in situations, you guys can call me out. This one was about negativity. We had 10 minutes left. Sometimes you're both extremely negative people. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying that when I'm always trying to look for how we can move forward and what's best
I will
for
give you
everyone.
that you are fairly positive.
And I always try to
I
look
will
for the
agree
best
with
of
that.
everyone. I never look in the mirror, how is Brandon going to survive today? It's how is everyone going to survive today. So all the rule talked about was negative people, and I'm not saying you guys are like that. I'm just saying if we're going to be real and it's the pod and it's like 30 people watch this, when you guys are in negative moods, mostly you these days than you, because we know how to communicate now. I'm not the cause of your negative mood. You're not the cause of my negative mood. To be honest with you both, I try to not be in negative moods. Now, again, when I say that, I'm in a bad mood all of the time. Come watch my stand-up. Come see me at work. Come see me with my friends.
That's a good
I'm in a
sign,
bad
Brett.
mood. You know this more than
Yeah.
anyone. All of the time. Like, it's not an act I put on when I go on stage. It's not even an act when I'm nice to people. My whole thing is I treat people the way I want to be treated. That's why I do well fucking in sales. But like with this specific thing, all I wanted you both to know is that like I want you to be aware of it.
Yeah, I
want you to be aware when you
100%
think you're
agree
having
with
bad
the
luck
power.
and when you feel. That's all I'm trying to say.
I 100% agree. Like there's certain
It wasn't. I
There's
didn't want you guys to feel
there's certain
small. I'm
people
not trying to attack you guys
No,
right
yeah,
now. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
make
we
that's
we were
all.
just trying to get your perspective on how your mood is different, how that is different.
Well, it's the bad and the
I wasn't
negative.
trying to make you feel bad.
No, that wasn't.
because
I get that. I wasn't-
negativity, it's not positive to be yelled at.
It's not exact. I agree with that 100%.
So I'm saying it's a different form
Well,
of
it's
negativity.
kind of the way like I've yelled at people in the club and you've yelled at people at the club, and it's for some reason they prefer it when I yell at them than when you yell at them.
Yeah.
And I think that's only because where it's like when you yell at them, it's just like, hey guys, like if you don't get this done, the world's over. Like, and this might not be true, but it's got that like.
Okay.
And when I say it,
I don't think that's.
no,
what
I
I'm
don't think
saying.
it's like that either. But I think in
If
their
that's how
world,
they're
it's just,
taking it.
or they're taking it like maybe they won't get spots again.
Yeah, and
or
if it-
maybe
but
no, but I'm
that's-
saying in my world, it's
if
just
that's how
like
they're
it's
taking
just
it.
like do this, and whatever happens, like there might be a consequence, there might
Yeah.
not, but do this right. Like mine's more urgency.
If you look at the people I've yelled at, it's
They've
because
had it coming.
they're being inconsiderate towards me while asking me for stuff.
Yes.
And it's like you're not considering me at all, and now you're just making me feel like the bad guy. And my biggest trigger is if you make me feel like the bad guy, I'm never gonna let you make me feel that way because it's not fair.
No, it's not fair.
So I'll just be like, "Fuck you." Like,
And that's why I wanted to clear up right now is that I wasn't trying to do that
Yeah,
right now. I was
okay.
just trying. Now, what weirds me out about this rule right now is I would usually say, look how accurate it is. Because in my world, it's the people that are positive succeed. But like I don't want to name names this now, but there's a specific comedian right now who's super negative and he's doing well and he's paying his bills. And now my brain's confused.
Well, that's
it's
because-
like I haven't hung out with him in a while and he's never been like that around me. But I've heard people tell me he's a negative cloud, like drowning
I
me.
think it's what I've been saying for the last few months is that you need both. It's a battery. It's a fucking battery.
Yes.
You need both. You need negative energy. You need positive energy, and you get to power the thing, right? Like that's.
I'll
Fair.
try to answer your thing super quickly with the filter. Honestly, I'm trying to work on it. Like I'm high a lot, and the more I cut back on weed, or the more like I guess when you play tennis, it would help and stuff like that. But it's like this whole instant gratification of smoking a joint or a cigarette, or like eating a good meal, or coming. When I'm mad, it's now worked. It's like it's not going to cure anything now. Now all I have to do is kind of take that step back. I wouldn't say meditate or pray, but it's that whole like long term. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've taught me this. Forget right now. Like, yeah, you have to be present. But it's like, am I going to now feel something or say something that's going to hurt me later? And then
Or
that's
make
when
it
I, like,
worse later.
Like, do you
Like,
notice
you
I'm not
gotta
as, I'm
pull
more
that-
quiet now, and I'm
Yeah.
less confrontational than I've ever been. Well, I'm not, maybe
We're
more.
working on it.
Yeah.
Like we're still human at the end of the day. You're gonna. Let's be real. We're gonna have another fight, and there is gonna be yelling in it.
When's the last time we had a fight?
I'm not denying it's been a while. I'm just saying to say it will never happen again would be.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
that
just
would be
trying to,
setting us up for a bigger fight.
I wish we
or
had a
bigger-
tracker, like up here where it was like
Ding.
fight. No, just like the last
Since
time,
their
like a
last
timer.
fight.
Not even there. Like since one of our fights with someone.
Nice.
This has been a dope episode. I've
Yeah,
been
I like
Brando Jokes.
I've been Ariel King Comedy.
Been Max Sheldrick.
This
Bubbies
is
Boys.
Bubbies Boys. Tell two friends to tell two friends. Bubbies Boys.